Hello, this is Gail, your pond plant girl, and this is what you should do when you get your pond plants in the mail. I recently ordered some pond plants from Maryland Aquatic, kitty not included. Yeah. But it's summertime, and a lot of times when you order plants in the mail, no matter how quickly they come to you, in the summer, a lot of times they'll turn yellow like this. So whether it's the spring or even the winter or fall, and the summer, there is a chance that this could happen to your plants. Don't be alarmed because that happens. It's normal, and I'm going to show you what to do so your plants will recover from the shock of being shipped, and so you can build your beautiful garden. Right, Key? Oh, life is so easy. This is an excellent example of Aztec arrowhead and the size that I would send to you. Most growers only send, I don't know, 4 or 5 inch little tiny guys out, and so it takes a long time to grow out. But this is the size that I prefer to send to my garden friends because it's mature. Hang on, we're tangled. Looks pretty sad, but we have some good green growth on there. And remember what I said? If there's a little bit of green, there's a little bit of life. And actually this has a lot of bit of green, so we should do just fine. This little puppy, he's about, I don't know, 15 inches tall. Here's the roots. Good root system. You know, if that doesn't look like anything's rotting or mushy or anything like that, don't freak out if you get plants from anybody and they happen to look like this. Inspect your plants before you put them in your pond for pests. I don't know what this is on here. I'm guessing it's just some seeds that fell off a plant and landed on the leaves. It doesn't look like bugs, but I'm going to wash it off anyway because it looks very alien to me. I'm simply cutting the dead growth off. You don't want to keep that on because the plant will try to put its energy into the dead growth and cause more stress on the plant, so we want to get rid of that. I am simply cutting it about 1 inch or 2 above the root, and then this will shrivel up and fall off later, but you don't want to keep all this dead stuff on there. Oh, this is an attractive yellow leaf, but that's not the right color. So we're just going to clip it right there. Don't be afraid to do that, and you're not going to hurt it. Actually, you're helping your plant. And so that goes in the mulch pile. And this one looks okay. It's kind of green, but I'm going to clip it off anyway because it has that funny looking seed or buggy stuff on it. I don't know what it is. Probably seeds, that's my guess. Alright, aren't you party? But it actually looks pretty dang good because it won't take long for it to grow and spread. So I am not going to put it in the pond right away because when you get pond plants, most of them need to sit in the shade for 5 days to 1 week. 1 week is fine, so I just put them in a container of water, which is what I did right here. And I'm going to leave it there to recover in the shade. This is a pretty hardy plant, so for the Aztec arrowhead, I think 5 days is just fine. Here's some canna that I potted. Notice that I put plastic wrap around to line the inside. I don't have a pond right now. I just got some little containers. But canna can be planted in a garden, or it can be planted in the pond. And so for the sake of just growing them out for my garden friends, I'm just putting them all in cans like this with the plastic wrap. What I have on the inside is a mix of heavy clay. It's a heavy clay with some sand and some just regular garden dirt. For potting like this, you can use potting soil, but if it's going to go in the pond, you don't want to use potting soil, like the Miracle-Gro, because that's light and fluffy and it will float away and get your pond all dirty. Okay, I know you're itching to see me plant this tiny water lily. This is a dwarf water lily. See how tiny the leaves are? And the flowers only get that big. This is my new love. So let's go see how I'm going to handle this. Now there's the pot, and I'm going to put it in. It's about 12 inches tall. It's just a Rubbermaid tub, and I have it lined with a thick garbage bag. And then I took Gorilla Tape. Wonderful stuff. If you need to use duct tape, but you have an area that's it has a lot of moisture, get Gorilla Tape. It's black, it's super sticky, and it works good. Got some dwarf water lily. Did I tell you this was called Helvola? Yep, these are Helvolas. Here we go. It looks really, really good. It does not look stressed from being in the mail. A lot of times if they do look stressed, kind of wimpy or yellow, I would suggest planting them in a bucket and putting in the shade, such as this Rubbermaid tub right here. And I still can do that, but I'm pretty confident that these little guys can go directly into the sunshine and they will be fine. Plant your lilies, only use aquatic plant fertilizer. Don't buy the stuff from Lowe's or Home Depot. That stuff is really cheap. I encourage you to get high quality fertilizer from a grower or a nursery that knows what they're talking about. This is Highland Rim, and this is what I like to use for my water lilies. I put it at the bottom of the can, cover it with dirt, and then stick the lilies in. My little pot, this one will work fine. It's about a 1 gallon. I like to use lily pots because they're black. The black holds in the heat. The heat helps the plants to grow. But my lily pots have not come in the mail yet, so this is what we're using today that I ordered online. I could pot these all separately in 3 different containers, but they're so tiny, I'm just going to put them together, and I don't think that'll be bad. This will fill out the pot later on. Oop, I got a frog bit in there. Help me. Later on, I'll have to divide them. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm lazy, or I'm just waiting for the right pots to come in the mail. That's all you have to do. Just stick it in, get the soil down hard. Notice I don't pot it in the middle. I'll pot my lilies on the side of the pot. That'll help to encourage the roots to go around. I don't know. That's just what people do. That's what I've been taught. You just put it on the side, and that's all you have to do. Let's get in the water. I took a lot of the frog bit out so I don't have problems. Notice how the clay kind of powders up a little bit? And that's all you need to do. Dwarf water lily. It just does not need very much water at all. That's only about, the water level is only about 1 inch or 2 above the top of the soil. And I'm going to put some more on. Am I British? I don't know. I'm going to put some more water in there, just make it a little bit deeper, but that's all you need to do. I just want to make a note that when you receive your lilies, they do need to be potted. Don't set them in a bucket to soak for 5 to 7 days. That's what you do with marginals and those tall uprights. You don't do that with lilies. Lilies need to be potted. So take your lily, but soak it in a pot, in a bucket, while you're getting the pot ready, and then plant your lily and sink it in the water. Remember, after you pot your lilies and after you pot your uprights and marginals, to keep a close eye on them. You just never know. You just never know what kind of pests are going to come by and munch them down to a stub. You never know, your plant might be marked as full sun, but in your area it might not do well in full sun. So just keep an eye on your plants. If it looks like they're struggling, move them to the shade. That's the best advice I can give you on that. I'm Gail, your pond plant girl. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm always happy to answer your emails and all your questions. I'd like to shout out hello to Monica Lett. Hi, Monica. She's my garden friend. We trade plants together, and she's a wonderful lady. Well, I hope you have a great day. Keep on being you, and I'll see you next time. George, George, Georgia, the jungle, sing to you and me. Ah!